check, mic check, mic check. I think we all good. We've been good since I switched the microphone around. Check, mic check, check, check. Yo. Yeah, good, man. Fuck it. Did I hear the music? Okay, yeah, we good right there. I'm gonna start leaving it on 9 right now. Hey, man. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, man. What's up, man? Kituko Ed. Shout out to King Shuja, man. We back again, man. This Exodus podcast, as you can see, and I'm high as a bird flying over the sea. Yeah, man, the BRICS nation, man, they at it again, man. Oh my God, they back at it again. They trying to demolish the dollar. Let me tell y'all something, man. That shit going down too, man. Y'all seen the thumbnail? I'm gonna show it to y'all. But we gonna jump in this shit though, man. It's 159 countries set to adopt the BRICS, the payment system, man. That shit means so much, man. Y'all know what gonna happen when the United States back against the wall, man. Y'all know what gonna happen when the United States back is up against the wall, like a cat. Like a cat, man. They're gonna get you, man. They're gonna try anyway. They're gonna try. Yeah, man. We're gonna get this live over with. Hey, I got a goddamn, I'm gonna do another little live out. I need to hurry up, man. About 12 o'clock. Y'all can call in or whatever you want to, man. We're just gonna see. I need to put the number up there and everything anyway, though. But yeah, let's check out this video, man. We're gonna check out the BRICS nation, man. They talking about leaving the UN, the United Nations, man. They talking about coming up with their own goddamn shit. The goddamn the Democratic Nation, man. The DN. The DN, they talking about coming up with the DN, man. Y'all think it's some, man. Y'all better, I'm telling y'all, man. The United States, it finna be some shit, man. They coming for y'all ass, man. United States, man. Before we get started, man, we already know what to do. Let's do this thing.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research.
Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Now, back to Yuki Tuko.
That's right. I'm gonna bust y'all back out one day. All right, so check this out. Let's get to it, man. We're gonna do it like this. We're gonna goddamn send a shout out to Fast Stepo for this video. Appreciate it. Y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Global Economics and Finance. Y'all wanna know what's going on worldwide? And with the BRICS nations and shit, they keep up with this shit, man. Subscribe, man. Shout out to them, man, for this. So, like I said, man, 159 countries set to adopt the BRICS payment system, man. This is huge. This is huge. Y'all don't know. Cause when they get getting these alliances, man, worldwide, man, the United States is gonna be left alone. Just like they gonna be left alone in this war with Ukraine and the war with Taiwan, with China and Russia, man. China is number 2 world power, man. They world powers. United States done lost their grip, man. Y'all think of some bullshit. I'm telling you, they done lost their grip, boy. Check this out, man. We're gonna watch this video right quick. I got to come back on live in a little bit though. Check this video out. If I can get this video.
Countries within the BRICS group and other Global South nations have voiced growing dissatisfaction with the United Nations, citing several key issues. Chief among these is the undue influence that Western nations wield in major international organizations and decision-making bodies. These nations contend that the current UN structure does not adequately reflect their interests or perspectives, leading to calls for a more democratic and inclusive approach. During a recent BRICS summit, leaders highlighted the need for comprehensive reforms within the UN, emphasizing the importance of enhancing the participation of emerging nations. Central to their demands is a re-evaluation of the Security Council's composition and the reconsideration of the veto power held by its permanent members. This dissatisfaction has sparked numerous calls for significant reforms or even a complete overhaul of the UN, with the goal of establishing a more equitable and representative system of global governance.
See, they talking about an overhaul of the goddamn United Nations, man. They already talking about, they already got plans and putting down the U.S. dollar, man. Ending the U.S. dollar globally. They making an alliance with countries worldwide, man. And I'm telling y'all, now they talking about making another UN. They said the UN really being influenced by the Western world. So they gonna make their own shit, man. They making their own shit. This shit finna get big. This shit big, man.
In this video, we will explore these proposed changes and the motivations behind them. Issues with the Western bias and double standard. A significant bias within the United Nations and other international bodies that favors Western countries. This perceived partiality is especially evident in human rights issues, where BRICS members, such as China and Russia, are frequently subject to criticism, while similar issues in Western nations receive comparatively less scrutiny. For example, Russia regularly faces condemnation for its human rights record, including its treatment of the LGBTI community, and China for its actions against Tibetan human rights defenders. Yet, comparable concerns in Western countries often escape the same level of attention on international platforms. A stark example of this double standard is seen in the treatment of refugees. European nations have been notably generous in their support of Ukrainian refugees, providing substantial resources and aid. However, refugees from other conflict zones such as Syria, Afghanistan, and Somalia have encountered harsher conditions and significantly less support from these same European countries. Similarly, in the Israel-Palestine conflict, international responses often appear unbalanced. While governments swiftly condemned Hamas attacks on Israeli civilians, there has been relatively muted criticism of Israel's severe retaliatory measures in Gaza.
Because y'all already know what time it is with that. They talking about Israel, y'all already know. Y'all know what's going on.
Measures which have included cutting off essential supplies and using white phosphorus in densely populated areas, actions that have resulted in significant civilian casualties and are considered war crimes, highlight the inconsistency in humanitarian responses. Organizations such as Human Rights Watch and Amnesty International have pointed out these disparities. Representation and influence. BRICS nations contend that global governance frameworks, including the United Nations, the World Bank, and the International Monetary Fund, are disproportionately dominated by Western powers and fail to adequately represent the interests of emerging economies and developing countries. These nations argue that their increasing economic influence and geopolitical importance are not sufficiently recognized within these institutions' governance structures and policies. The BRICS bloc highlights that these institutions often mirror a post-World War II power structure, which no longer reflects the current global economic landscape.
Okay.
For example, the leadership of the IMF and World Bank has traditionally been held by individuals from Europe and the United States, perpetuating Western dominance in global financial decision-making.
See, and that's what they finna start right there. The IMF, International Monetary Fund, man. The United States run that shit. That shit finna be over with.
Economic and developmental concerns. Many global South nations, including those within the BRICS group, believe that Western-dominated institutions impose stringent conditions on financial aid and development assistance that can undermine their economic growth and sovereignty. They argue that these conditions often prioritize Western economic and political interests rather than addressing the genuine developmental needs of the recipient countries. For example, these institutions frequently enforce austerity measures and economic policies that emphasize debt repayment and fiscal discipline over social and economic development. This approach has been widely criticized for reducing public spending on essential services such as healthcare and education, ultimately impeding sustainable development. Let's take a quick pause. Could you do us a favor? If you enjoy our content, please hit the like button. To help even more, leave your thoughts and feedback in the comments. Your engagement helps us grow. Thank you.
Like I said, I showed y'all the channel, man. Subscribe to that channel. Let's go to the next video.
Countries within the BRICS group and other global South nations have voiced.
Go to the next video.
Geopolitical rivalries, particularly those involving Russia and China, have intensified these concerns. Western actions such as sanctions and political pressure are often perceived as efforts to limit the influence of BRICS nations on the global stage, further deepening dissatisfaction with international institutions like the United Nations. China, for example, faces significant challenges with Western nations over its policies in Xinjiang, Hong Kong, and the South China Sea.
And that's big.
Sanctions and other punitive measures imposed by the United States and the European Union are viewed as attempts to curb China's growing economic and geopolitical power.
Man, the United States cannot fight no two-front war, like not with no two world powers. That ain't gonna happen, man. And like I said, the Australia, goddamn, United Kingdom, and I think it was Canada too, man. They said they ain't finna. I don't think United States ain't getting no soldiers. They ain't getting no goddamn soldier, man. They're gonna be fighting at war by themselves. They might get equipment, but they ain't getting no soldiers. This shit gonna be United States, man. I'm telling y'all, niggas, Africans, get out of that shit, man. Get out of that shit, man. Go defend your own country, man.
Leading to heightened tensions and a sense of being targeted by the current international order. Furthermore, Western geopolitical strategies, such as the formation of alliances like the Quad, comprising the United States, India, Japan, and Australia, and AUKUS, comprising Australia, the United Kingdom, and the United States, are seen by BRICS nations as additional efforts to contain their influence. These alliances are perceived as countermeasures against China's rise and Russia's assertiveness, reinforcing the sense among BRICS countries that they are being marginalized within the current international system. A particularly contentious issue is the allocation of voting power within the IMF, which remains heavily skewed in favor of Western countries, with the United States holding the largest share. BRICS nations argue that this does not accurately reflect the current global economic landscape, where emerging economies play a crucial role. For instance, as of 2020, China's GDP exceeded $14 trillion, making it the world's second-largest economy. Yet its voting power in the IMF remains disproportionately low compared to its economic stature. BRICS nations contend that global climate change policies are
Yeah, I know what the BRICS stand for, just in case if you new to this channel, new to any of this shit. It's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, man. They got a fucking alliance, man. They going dead up against goddamn Western policies and everything. The United States currency, really. They got their own currency backed by gold.
Are often shaped by Western countries without sufficient consideration for the developmental needs of emerging economies. They argue that these policies sometimes place disproportionate burdens on developing countries, which are still working to overcome poverty and industrialize. While Western nations advocate for stringent emission reductions, BRICS countries stress the importance of financial and technological support to enable their transition to greener economies without stalling their growth. The COVID-19 pandemic further exposed the shortcomings of global governance. BRICS countries have criticized the World Health Organization, WHO, and other international bodies for what they see as a biased response that favored wealthy nations. Issues such as vaccine hoarding by rich countries and the slow distribution of vaccines to poorer nations highlighted the need for more equitable global health policies. Moreover, BRICS nations believe that current global trade policies are skewed in favor of Western countries. They cite issues like agricultural subsidies in the United States and Europe, which they argue distort global markets and disadvantage farmers in developing countries. The United Nations, UN, was established in 1945, following the devastation of World War II, with the primary objectives of maintaining international peace and security, promoting human rights and fostering social and economic development. Formation and early years, from 1945 to 1949. Founded on October 24, 1945, by 51 countries committed to peace and security through international cooperation, the UN Charter laid the groundwork for this new international order. The idea for the UN emerged from the failure of the League of Nations to prevent World War II, and the term United Nations was first used by Franklin D. Roosevelt during the war to describe the Allied countries. The UN Charter established 6 principal organs: the General Assembly, the Security Council, the International Court of Justice, the Secretariat, the Economic and Social Council, or ECOSOC, and the Trusteeship Council. The General Assembly serves as a forum for all member states, while the Security Council, with its 5 permanent members, the United States, the United Kingdom, France, Russia, and China, and 10 rotating members, is tasked with maintaining international peace and security.
Got one more video real quick. Oh, I want to act funny when it got to get to the end of the video. 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is it. Last one.
The Cold War era, from 1950 to 1989. During the Cold War, the UN often became a stage for ideological conflicts between the Western Bloc, led by the United States, and the Eastern Bloc, led by the Soviet Union. Despite these tensions, the UN played a crucial role in various peacekeeping missions and decolonization efforts, significantly expanding its membership as many African and Asian countries gained independence. The UN established its first peacekeeping mission in 1948 with the United Nations Truce Supervision Organization, or UN Middle East. In 1948, the General Assembly also adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which set out fundamental human rights to be universally protected. Post-Cold War period, from 1990 to 2000. The end of the Cold War brought new challenges and opportunities for the UN. The organization became more active in peacekeeping and humanitarian efforts, addressing conflicts in the Balkans, Rwanda, and Somalia. The 1990s.
And when they make their own goddamn democratic nation, man, they gonna be a whole nother war. Democratic nations against the United Nations. What? That shit finna be a whole nother, that's a whole nother goddamn beast, dog. Goddamn, dog.
Saw an increase in the number and complexity of UN peacekeeping missions, and the Rwandan genocide and the failure of UN peacekeepers to prevent it led to significant introspection and reforms within the organization. The UN also took on a greater role in promoting sustainable development and addressing global environmental issues. The 1992 Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro was a landmark event, leading to the creation of the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, or UNFCCC, and the Convention on Biological Diversity, or CBD. The 21st century from 2000 to the present. In 2000, the United Nations adopted the Millennium Declaration, establishing the Millennium Development Goals, or MDGs, to be achieved by 2015. These goals focused on reducing poverty, improving health and education, and ensuring environmental sustainability. Building on the success of the MDGs, the United Nations launched the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, in 2015. This set of 17 goals aims at ending poverty, protecting the planet, and ensuring prosperity for all by 2000.
Niggas always somewhat goddamn.
2030. Potential alternatives to the United Nations. There have been several proposals for reforming or even replacing the UN. One idea is to create a new organization that better reflects the geopolitical realities of the 21st century. This could involve expanding the permanent membership of the Security Council to include countries like India, Brazil, and South Africa, which have significant regional influence and economic power. Another suggestion is to strengthen regional organizations such as the African Union (AU), the Association of Southeast Asian Nations (ASEAN), and the European Union (EU), allowing them to take on a more prominent role in global governance.
Shout out to the 100 in chat.
These regional bodies could address local issues more effectively while coordinating with a central global organization for broader international matters. Proposals for new global governance structures. Experts have proposed various ideas to enhance global governance, and one notable suggestion is the creation of a new entity called the Democratic Nations, DN, featuring a bicameral legislative system to better represent countries based on population size and influence. Proposal for Democratic Nations, DN. The DN concept aims to address the democratic deficit in current global governance structures by establishing a bicameral system similar to those found in many national governments. This system would include two chambers, one representing governments and another composed of elected representatives directly accountable to the global populace. This model seeks to bridge the gap between global institutions and the people they serve, enhancing both legitimacy and accountability. The idea of a World Parliamentary Assembly, WPA, which aligns with the DN proposal, has gained significant support over the years. For instance, the European Parliament has repeatedly called for the establishment of a UN Parliamentary Assembly, arguing that it would increase the democratic profile and allow global civil society.
Now they're gonna start flagging shit like this here and why this shit now. When they talking good or saying something good about the BRICS nations or something, they're gonna start, why this shit now? Why this shit?
To have a direct role in decision-making processes. The WPA would initially act as an advisory body to the UN General Assembly, with the potential to evolve into a more powerful entity with legislative capabilities over time. Recent surveys indicate broad public support for the creation of a global parliamentary body. A poll conducted by the German Friedrich Ebert Foundation found that an average of 60% of respondents in 15 countries supported the idea of a world parliament that represents citizens directly, based on population size rather than national government representation. Challenges and opportunities of DN. Implementing such a system faces significant challenges, including the need for broad consensus among UN member states and potential resistance from powerful countries with veto power in the Security Council. However, the incremental approach suggested for the WPA, starting as a consultative body, may help build the necessary support and demonstrate its value without immediately threatening existing power structures.
That's crazy, yo. All right, check this out, though. I want y'all to see.
The Cold War era, from 1950 to 1980.
Oh, that ain't playing. But y'all see, they ganging up. They really ganging up, and they ain't just coming at the United States. They coming at the United Nations now. There's some shit going on, man. Y'all don't see it. So check this out. I want y'all to let me show y'all how big they growing. We're gonna look at a little quick map right quick. I want to look something else up. I done forgot what it was. But check this out. Y'all see that, man? Y'all see that map, man? Boy, the BRICS, boy, the goddamn BRICS nation, boy, huge. They got enough potential to make a big difference. You tell me this ain't looking like World War. Trying to tell y'all, man. Shit bigger than you goddamn think, man. Look at that. Look at all over there, man. India, Russia, man. What? Oh my goodness. They got everybody. 159 goddamn. 159 countries to 159 countries to adopt their payment system. Worldwide global payment system, man. They dropping the United States, man. This shit serious, man. Y'all better get right, man. Y'all better get right. Y'all better get right. I'm trying to tell y'all something, man. Shit. What I wanted to look up, it's something I wanted to look up though, right quick. It was something had something to do with what was it? I want to look up a date. Damn, I forgot what it was, man. But yeah, I'm so y'all, hey, love over loyalty, man. I just wanted to make sure y'all see that shit, man. Y'all probably, want to know about my gear and shit. I do my own shit though, man, just in case y'all don't know. Sometimes y'all might want to know what I'm wearing. Sometimes, I just decide to throw something in there on y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Y'all gonna be all right. But anyway, man, let me know what y'all think about this alliance, man. Let me know what y'all think about this shit, man. I'm about to come back live in a little bit though. But let me know what y'all think about this video. But I'm out of here, man. Phone finna start ringing. Video, share the video, whatever. Comment, let me know what y'all think about this alliance and shit. What's going on, man, with the United Nations, man. They finna making their own goddamn democratic nation, the DN going down. Yeah. But Freak 24 Bailey is my goddamn gaming tag. PlayStation. But homeboy hit me up. But yeah, if you're new to this channel, man, subscribe to the channel, man. I might do some gaming earlier in a little bit though. Subscribe to the channel, man. We trying to get the subscribers up, man. Y'all can do that at least, man. Hey, Kituko Eskihende, man. We out of here.